Hey, and thank you for clicking play. It's a pickups video, so let's just get straight into it so we don't waste too much time. And I've got some notes, so if I do glance down, just to make sure I don't forget anything. Boring bits out the way first, but very useful. Blank boxes. Why am I showing you this? Because if you look very carefully at what the blank boxes say on them, they are double density discs. So these are proper, blank, unused, still sealed Amiga discs, not PC discs that I can use on the Amiga. What these will be really useful for once I get a grease weasel is if I need to fully restore any discs that are too badly damaged by replacing the guts. You want to do that with proper double density discs if you're doing it right. Right, an eBay purchase, and I still have to thank Godfrey from the Perth Amiga Users Group for letting me know about this particular eBay seller that seemed to have quality stuff. Knights of the Sky for the Amiga. Beautiful, beautiful box. Microprose simulator, obviously. It's when you see stuff like this at a reasonable price online. Manual in there, lovely. And in here, I won't take it all out, but in here, and you're going to go, those are fake discs, Chris. Well, no, they're not. You've got everything. You've got the original map, the original poster. You do have the original discs, and what the old user, and these work, I've booted them up and they work fine. What the original user has done, when you boot up Knights of the Sky, the first thing it prompts you to do is make a backup of the discs. And that's exactly what this person has done. So we've got his original discs and his original backup discs. So that is a really nice, and it wasn't too expensive. Have I got the price? $40 including postage. So the game was $25 for something of that quality, but that is a really nice pack, and I absolutely love that game. Don't want to talk about the game too much now because obviously we'll do that when I actually do play of that at some point. Another flight simulator next, and again, well, talking about things at the right price. This wasn't, see, I've been putting a list out there of the games that I'm looking for from my past, and so that people can chime in. And one of the games I had on there was F-16 Combat Pilot, and somebody misread that as this next game, and that's this. Okay, Falcon. Now again, everything is in there, all the discs, all the manuals, everything. Box is a little bit faded and discoloured, but other than that, this is a pretty good, and it loads. And this is from a local guy from the Perth Amiga Users Group, James. So he misread that I put F-16 Combat Pilot and thought I meant this. And when he said he had this, I was over the moon to grab it. And he refused to take any money off me for it. I offered him $50. I've seen this go anywhere between $50 and $100 in here, over in Australia. So 25 to 50 pounds. And he refused to take any money from me for this, and also gave me the mission disc as well. So that is fantastic. So James, I've already said thank you, but thank you again, because that is absolutely unbelievable. It's things like that that just, yeah, communities are fantastic. I have no idea how I'm going to set these up. Next one is a PC game, and this one was from eBay, decent price. I think it was $30 including postage. Vice City, $35, free post. There we go, off eBay. And again, complete fold out with, which was important. Again, the box is slightly discoloured, but not too bad. Was this the one that smells a bit smoky? No, it smells all right. With the poster, with the manual. So that, this was such a good game. And the good thing about this is I still have my original user files on backup from when I used to play this, so that's going to be fun to revisit. I mean, this is like nostalgia inception. This is a nostalgic experience in itself, even when it was brand new. So this is a sort of Windows XP era game. If you're not familiar with it, that's where it fits. Let's just put that there for now. Next one is, well, it is a retro game, but it's not. Well, it depends on your definition of retro, doesn't it? So actually it kind of is, but it's brand new. So this is a PlayStation 4, PlayStation VR game. Had to pick up a physical copy, Doom 3, but PSVR edition. Doom 3, I've got so many stories to tell about Doom 3. It's an uncomfortable game to play when it was brand new. I remember playing it on my PC, I remember playing it on Xbox. And so I've already got it on PS4 standard edition, but when I saw they were doing a VR edition, I had to grab it. And you know what? It's even more uncomfortable to play. I don't get any motion sickness with this, but there's some bits where you go, I'm seriously, somebody's going to find me in the morning because I will have died of a heart attack playing this. It's so friggin' lots of jump scares. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, good. Doom 3, not everybody's favourite Doom game, but I like it. And that's all that matters. Oh, it's going there. Okay, so at the Perth Amiga users group, unfortunately, Godfrey, again, so the one that told me about the eBay seller where I got Knights of the Sky, he couldn't make it, but he sent some stuff up with Reese, so thanks Reese for picking these up. But Godfrey sold me at a very reasonable price. This. So another Micropro simulation, one that I had growing up. This, again, manual's in there, everything's in there, so no need to open it up. It's not the original, I'm pretty sure it was originally 5 disc, wasn't it? This is actually the version, in terms of the discs that are inside it, that would have come with the, what's the name of the pack? Is it the Fast and Furious pack? Basically the A600 pack that had several driving games, including this. And so the discs in here are marked, you know, free with A600, no, free with Amiga 600. So it's actually a 3-disc version. So very happy with that. Thank you, Godfrey. So that's a really cool one to have back on the shelf. And with that, as part of my recollecting Amiga format magazines and cover discs, he threw in, I need my glasses, disc from issue 44 and disc from issue 47. So that's cool as well. To help with that collection, which is stacking up quite nicely. Okay. In preparation for going to the Perth Amiga users group, I bought this because I thought it would come in handy for anybody wanting to have a play on the Pi 400. So $10 from Altronics. I know you can get them cheaper on eBay, but I like picking things up locally. So it's just a imitation SNES. It's good enough. There's nothing special about it, but that works very well so really handy. Throw it in the back of your Pi 400 or your PC, and off you go. A nice little solution, because it's quite hard to work out what controllers to use. I would like a USB joystick, and I can't seem to get hold of those Competition Pros, but oh well. Right, this was a last minute pickup, literally as we were leaving the meet. So this is from David Fowler. Well, not from David Fowler. It's from RetroKit. David Fowler runs RetroKit. So this is let's call it a retail purchase, because he had his table there selling some stuff. And on the way out, because there was no computers there that I could buy or whatever at the thing, and I had a bit of a wad of cash from all the stuff that I'd sold, and it's just a sensible thing to buy. And he had some of these there on the day, $100, and we're chatting on the way out, and I said, no, I'll grab one, because this is long overdue. These are hard to get over here, so this is a good example of the sort of things that RetroKit are bringing in so that you can buy them locally in Australia. So what I've got here in this box, and I'm yet to implement it, which is why the A500 is off. This is a replacement power pack for the A500. So there you go, cable with an Aussie plug, which will help me as well. There's no card in here, Dave. Can't advertise. RetroKit, I'll put a link, no affiliation, but I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, so that is a replacement power supply. It'll take up a lot less desk space. And the A500 is fairly bulletproof, as we all know. But the fact is, the power supply is one of the things that can go, and you don't want fluctuating power to cause issues with the custom chips, because that's going to become a real rock for your back. So this is a long overdue upgrade, so that I can just retire for the time being that original power pack. I'm reducing my risk of destroying the Amiga 500 by running that. So yeah, I'll do a test of the voltages just to make sure I'm happy with this, and yeah, I'll implement that. And once I've done that, In all honesty, I will be using the AF500 more. You're going to see a lot more gameplay videos. There was one last week, and there will be one next week. So Chase HQ will be next week. And this will give me the confidence to flick that switch a lot more often. In all honesty, it's a bit like cranking up an old car and you're not sure if this is going to be the time that it dies. And so this, you're going to see a lot more Amiga stuff from me. A, because I've got more games to get into now, but B, seriously, it's been a psychological battle. I want to play with the Amiga, but I don't want to destroy it. So this is good. Getting towards the end now, but we're getting to some really exciting stuff next. I ordered. Which one do I show you first? I'll show you the one that arrived first. So I ordered some stuff from the UK, and after I'd ordered that, I saw something else locally. When I say locally, eBay Australia, it wasn't Perth. And it's a rare thing to find any Spectrum games. Now, on the Spectrum Facebook groups, this would be a £1 game, so about $2, okay? So we were looking at Codemasters BMX Simulator. I had so many of the simulators ones, so this is some of the Spectrum games that I'm going to have to get into. I spotted this and I just had to have it. But what did this cost me? So this is a £2 game, if you're on the Sinclair Spectrum buy sell groups on Facebook. This cost me in Australia. Here we go. So this was $6.79. So call that about three quid, a little bit over £3 for that. So not bad. And £7.20 postage because it was over East. But you know what? It's so rare to see them. He did have another couple of Spectrum games, but they're not ones I had as a kid. So it really wasn't worth adding them into the bundle. So I didn't. So on the Sinclair for sale group, a guy called Stephen, I think it is, had several games for sale, and I spotted this. So as soon as I saw this, I remembered having this in our collection, and it would have been one of the ones that my brother would have randomly come home one day. It wasn't one that I bought. He would have come home from the shops and said, I've bought this for the Spectrum. Because even though it was my Spectrum, he bought me the Spectrum, and we shared a bedroom, and yeah, so it was a shared machine, but it was more mine than his. And so what you've got on this solid gold pack, as you can see here, is you've got Gauntlet, Ace of Aces, Leaderboard, Winter Games, Infiltrator. So as soon as I saw this and I saw Gauntlet, I thought, I remember having Gauntlet, but when I look at the cases of Gauntlet, that honestly doesn't ring any bells. And then it was like, as soon as I saw this, it was like, that's why we had it in a compilation. And this was the compilation we had the original Gauntlet on. And then, so I looked at the other games in the list. Ace of Aces, that name rings a bell. Leaderboard, that's the golf game I had that I knew we had a golf game on the Spectrum, but I couldn't think what it was called. That's it. Winter Games, definitely remember that. Infiltrator, that rings a bell. So quickly look this up on YouTube and Winter Games. And as soon as I had a quick look, it's like, yes, played that. Yes, played that. So I'm so happy to have this. This is a really big score for me. It's a small score really in terms of, you know, collectible games. For me, this is a huge nostalgia score. And so looking inside, both discs, you know, average condition, I would say. But the manual, and I remember as soon, because this was floating around freely inside, and I remember, no, I'm not very good with audio cassettes, am I? There we go, let's put that back in. If you haven't seen the Carrier Command episode yet, that was a reference to that. But I used to fold this up and then squeeze it in here, which I'm sure, I mean, this looks like it's designed for a 5 1/4 inch disc, but I used to squeeze the manual in here so it didn't float around. So I've instantly, that's come back, that muscle memory. You can probably tell, I'm excited about this and I can't wait to have a play. Okay, almost the last game. Well, the last one I have in my hand, let's put it that way. This game, it's another Spectrum game from the same seller as I got this, because I thought as soon as I'm ordering one and I'm going to have it shipped to Australia, I might as well see what else he's got. And he had this. Now, I never had this, but I played it a lot. My friend Sean had Driller. He also had Dark Side and Total Eclipse. And I used to borrow them off him, and I used to hold on to them for way too long. So really fond memories. I think the Freescape games on the Spectrum were really pushing the Spectrum to its limits. If you're not familiar, they're shat flayed. They're shat games. No, I'm going to say it again. They are flat shade polygon games, so 3D, you know, landscape games on the Spectrum. If you remember 3D Construction Kit on things like the Amiga, which is also available on the Spectrum, it's the same engine, but running on an 8-bit system with, let's face it, some issues with using color, but it works. It's not the fastest experience, but it works. So I'm really happy to have that, because so much time. And I'm going to have to get, I never played Total Eclipse, but I did play Dark Side. So we'll have to get that. Now, I was amazed when I opened this. Okay, you got the manual. You've got the control sheet. And I was stunned when I saw this was in here. You've got the net for the 3D map. So that folds into like a, you know, like a sphere, not really a sphere, but you know what I mean. So that you can map out, and nobody's drawn on it. They've clearly cut it out from the original card, but there's no writing on it. It hasn't been drawn on at all, and it won't be drawn on by me. So what I might do with that is make a sort of replacement one so that I can do a map and keep this one original. And of course, you've got the tape there as well in great condition from what it looks like. So I better not put it in my machine. Carrier command episode. So that, I am very happy. What a stunning box and what stunning condition. So thank you, Stephen from Sinclair for Sale, for that. I'm really stoked with that. So the last thing I'm going to show you, simply because, well, let's remember my journey started with buying an Amiga 500 Batman pack, but it was shipped to my parents' place in the UK because it would cost too much and too risky to have it shipped all the way out to Australia. Had to wait a year to go and collect it. I bought something else. It's not a complete system, but I got on eBay. Never a good start to a story. I was on eBay and there was somebody selling, and it was a really low starting price. And I thought, well, I could get in cheap here because nobody's really bidding on it. So I put a price in and I thought, okay, it's going to end when I'm asleep, so I might as well put my best foot forward. So I put in what I was happy to pay, which was not cheap, but it's why I've had it shipped to my parents' place. It's not being shipped to me here. So here we go. Here's the photo from the eBay as part of my pickups video. But Shadow of the Beast, long box, all in there, all complete. Not the t-shirt, obviously, but that is on its way as we speak to my parents' house in the UK. And I will pick it up when I next get there, which let's hope that's someday soon. It will be someday soon. It has to be someday soon. I need to visit my parents. I absolutely need to visit my parents. So yeah, so that'll be waiting for me. Got the notification today that it had been posted, so that's really exciting. I didn't have Shadow of the Beast, but my mate Steve had it. So again, a game that I spent a lot of time playing, a lot of nostalgia towards it. You guys have seen in previous episodes my love for the game, and I hate that people don't think it's a game, they think it's a tech demo. It's just a very hard game. So I think a bucket list item is I need to have that on my shelf here with my collection, and I need to beat it without cheats. That game needs to be conquered, just so that I can say hand on heart that it can be done. Okay, that's it. It's been a long video actually. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you later.